Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Today we're going to draw the Bob-omb from Super Mario, and kind of keeping in our theme. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a regular pencil. This is a lead pencil I have. It doesn't really matter what kind of pencil you use for this. I'm going to be using that. I'm going to be using either one of these Copic sketch markers. This is a 100, it's a black, and this is a 110. It's also a special black, it says. And these both have kind of like a sharp edge and a kind of like brush edge. You know, they both kind of have that. And colored pencils, I'm going to be... Today, by the way, I gotta say that this brand is really cheap. It's not a very good brand at all. It's Rose Art. Not a good brand. I wish I had better colored pencils like Prismacolor. Those are expensive though. So I'm going to be using these. And let me show you the colors I'm going to be using is yellow orange. I'm going to be using a black, a brown, and a royal blue, you know. If I add any more, I'll let you know, But, so that's going to be what we're using for colors. Let me move those aside real quick. Alright, let me start real quick with, sorry about that, got distracted. So, okay, the Bob-omb is really, obviously, the first obvious shape, the circle. I'm drawing really dark because I'm going to grab this paper and slide it under the other paper. So, I'm drawing a circle. Doesn't have to be dead on or anything like that. So, like mine's scribbly. Draw a circle. It's kind of a square for where the nib's going to come out at the top. Like I said, I'm drawing it dark for a reason. And the nib itself is kind of like a little rounded triangle. I'm going to put kind of little ovals over here for the feet. One in front that's kind of closer to us. Kind of look like eggs on the floor, honestly. A little flatter on one side because it's hitting the floor. And then another one in the back behind, him. Then behind him, the kind of the wind-up, little wind-up dial thing. It's kind of like two circles put together, or the number 8, really. It sticks out his back there. Kind of touches here too. And I'm going to draw a placeholder for the eyes too. The eyes are less, more of like ovalish. I want to make them a little bigger than that. And I think that's pretty much it for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this sheet of paper. This is the undersketch. Grab this sheet of paper, and I'm going to slide it underneath the next sheet of paper. Ooh, this other sheet of paper has something on it. So does this one. Okay, this one doesn't. And I think this paper, by the way, is not special paper. It is printing paper from the computer. Tabloid. It's 18 by 17. I'm sorry, 11 by 17. Nothing special about it. Really cheap. Super cheap paper. Paper's really cheap. So, okay. So now, as you can see, I can see through it. And let's say if I mess up on this top sheet, I can just take the top sheet off, start over, and I don't have to start completely from square one. You know what I mean? I'm going to start with a marker. And I'm trying to figure out, this one's a little bit dry. I'm trying to figure out which marker I want to start with. Yeah, it's not that dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brush tip and I'm going to draw this little egg shape of a foot because I feel it's the closest thing to us. I'm just going to trace the lines. Now I'm going to draw the circle of the entire ball here. Not quite a circle. There's a little bit of dent over there. I'll fix that at the end. I'll show you how. Draw the nib at the top. Trying to keep my line weight about the same. Oh, it's a dead marker, so let me... I can change sides, actually. The other side of the marker might have some left. Actually, it's even worse. So I'm going to take this marker, the other marker, and I'm going to take that square edge and kind of trace over here. I have to be quick with it because this marker is too full, so it's really inky, you know. So it'll start bleeding if you leave it in one spot. It'll start soaking into the paper and create a really gross effect. All right, so I'm going to actually trace my lines again on the outside. You know what I mean? The outside contour. I want to actually, before I do that, I'm going to fill in the holes for this. But I'm going to trace the outside contour of the lines now. Oops, wait. Yeah. I'm going to trace the outside contour of the line. See, not like within the line, but I'm going to trace the outer thing like somebody just traced. You know, very Paper Mario style. And I'm going to make it really thick, too. That's the style I've been going with lately. So I was trying to even out the thickness of the line right there, because before it was an odder shape, so I'm trying to cheat that line. You can only make the line so thick, you know what I'm saying? So I can't always cheat it like that. But it does give me some leeway. Pulling the lines over here on the front of the foot. Bottom of the foot, straight line. Outside of this little knob, little turn dial. Ooh, be careful there. Let me see. I want to make actually, there is an exception though, right here on the ball itself. I want to make that a little bit thicker. Alright. Right here as well on the bottom. Not so much thicker, just darker. The line was like kind of fading away. So right now we have our outer layer. Looks alright. Looks good enough, I think. Still a couple of things bugging me about it, you know, but it'll work. Let's see. Try to go in there, refine some things. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the black, and I'm going to take into account that I'm going to put some reflected surface over here, so there's going to be a line, kind of. You're almost making another line. Let's see. See how it's kind of forming a white line when you're doing this? And I'm going to gradate in, meaning I'm going to start dark, and I'm going to, as I'm shading, I'm going to slowly lighten it up. You know? So I'm going to do that on a time lapse so I won't bore you to death. And let me, actually 1 second, let me do one thing here. Before I do that, let me trace out the eyes. I haven't done that. There you go. So I can get that. Okay, now I'm going to start the shading process. So I'm going to time lapse this. Oh, let me talk really quick about something that I'm doing here. And what I'm doing with, I'm trying to follow the form of it because it's a ball, right? So I'm shading like this, you know, kind of throwing these lines, but then I'm turning my hand, you know what I mean? To try to follow the circular shape. You know what I mean? I'm not just kind of like, you know, like doing whatever. I mean, you can totally do that, but right now I feel like it gives it a better look, you know? Anyways, I'm going to go back to time lapse. Okay, guys. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of seem like there's a light coming from the front a little bit, you know, like some slight light source. So I wanted it to kind of be darkest on the outside and slowly kind of become lighter around here. You know what I mean? So that's what I was trying to do. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna grab the blue. Oh, by the way, I also made this square highlight. I didn't talk about that. Um, it's literally just a highlight and it's a square, kind of a triangle. Try to make it kind of go with the form of the circle. Uh, What you could do, and I don't, you don't have to do this, is by the way, I'm grabbing the royal blue, the color, and you could kind of trace over it to kind of mix it, because it does kind of have this slightly bluish complexion to some of the designs. Sometimes it's a gray design, which would fit with more of this. But sometimes you can like throw some blue there as much as you want. I'm just gonna throw in a little bit, just a little bit all over here. And second. Throw it everywhere. It's over here. Anyways, just a little bit, not much. I don't really want to throw it all over the place. Got to go to the top, and it's kind of gray. I don't actually have a gray colored pencil, so I'm going to have to do this black and just kind of go very light on it. Let me try something here with a blue. I might throw a little blue in there, and where I can see more of the blue this time. And then I'm going to go over here and grab my yellow orange, and I'm going to kind of color in the nub over here. Same thing, leaving a bar at the top. You know, that white highlight or whatever, that white trim rim light. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I'm going to color in the feet. I'm just going to go on those pretty straight out, very heavy. I can talk through this one. You know, it's funny because this is actually one of the few times I get a cramp in my hand because I'm pushing down so hard with colored pencil. You know what I mean? To kind of get what I want out of this colored pencil, so I'm pushing down really hard. And same thing over here to the back. At the back, the kind of turn dial here, the wind up. Man, these things are like in every Mario game, and they're such a familiar icon. I love these things. They even have a belt buckle with this guy on it from Hot Topic. Hot Topic. And after that, I'm going to go with the brown. With the brown, I'm going to go along the edge over here. I'm going to go over the yellow part. And try to gradate it as well. Just trying to enrich that side of it. The other side of it as well. And kind of underneath it. Like it's casting a shadow on his foot, you know. He's casting a shadow on his foot. Same thing over here. You can do the same thing in the back if you want. I really don't want to. But I will. For a little bit. Just a little bit. That's about it, honestly. Thanks a lot, guys. It's good enough for a demo here. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. I'm going to put the stuff I used over here. Markers over here as well. Anyways, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you watching. Please favorite. Like this video if you did. Subscribe to this channel and spread it if you enjoy it too. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll talk to you later.